Hey guys, it's Misty and I'm here with Queens of the Week, and obviously it's Halloween and we're going to talk about scary movies. Now I'm pretty sure that our last year we talked about scariest movie of all time, and if we did, and if I can find it, it'll be posted right here for you. But this year, since I already talked about that, I want to talk about scary movies in general. And scary things, for example. I love Halloween. In fact, that's how I first did drag ever, was for Halloween, and I was gagged. I couldn't believe that such an ugly man could be such a pretty girl. I was like, I'm pretty. And I was in the mirror for 2 hours, and I was very late to the Halloween party, and it launched me for drag. I mean, I did it again for Halloween, I did it again for Halloween, and then I did it again when it wasn't Halloween. But yeah, drag, Halloween, scary things. I personally love scary movies. But maybe because I love them, they don't scare me at all. Like, I don't know, every time a scary movie goes out, I go and watch it, but then I'm almost always disappointed. I'm like, it wasn't scary. You know, and the cheap scares, like, ah! Those I don't appreciate. I mean, obviously I jump. Like, for example, I also love haunted houses, and I love Halloween, I love all that. And I went to Halloween Horror Nights in Orlando with some friends, and it didn't scare me at all, but I did scream once because I was actually startled. Like, somebody jumped out and it made me scream. But I love them. Like, I will still continue to go to them even knowing that they don't frighten me, but I love them. But I remember when I was younger, I went with my sister Sonia, who is not the youngest girl. She's actually the oldest girl, right under me, 2 years younger than me. And I remember me and her sneaking and staying up and watching Nightmare on Elm Street. And I remember being so terrified at that movie that we couldn't sleep. And we kept thinking we were hearing bats in the ceiling and random scary noises and being very frightened. And yeah, I guess I understand the logic or things, but I also think scary movies, like I remember in college, oh, I'm dating myself, when The Net came out, I mean in elementary school when The Net came out, with Sandra Bullock, I remember thinking that was a very scary movie, not because it was blood and guts, but because it was very much a realistic situation. Like, that could really happen. So things that could really happen, like somebody really going crazy, to me is much more frightening than like a zombie attack. I mean, hello, I don't believe in zombies. So yeah, but by the way, I'm gonna be a zombie tomorrow, which is actually Halloween, which is Thursday, which is a couple days ago, but for me it's tomorrow. But one of my favorite authors ever is Stephen King. I really love Stephen King. But you know what's funny is I think I've evolved with Stephen King in that he started off as a horror writer, but after his accent he became more intellectual and psychological, I guess, like studying human nature, like The Mist, like when they're trapped in the grocery store and the fog's coming and the people, how they turn on each other and how the people interact with each other. The Christian goes crazy and like starts spewing random Bible verses, and the father's protecting his children and the Navy guards are freaking out. Like, I really like that. And The Green Mile, how the people are in their prejudice. Like, I really love the psychological aspect of horror, and Stephen King is still my very favorite author because he's really been able to tap into the psychological aspect of human nature. Why do people think the way they think? Why do they act the way they act? That really, I love it. It really is amazing to me. So I still love horror. I still love scary movies, I still love Halloween, but I'm much more entrapped by psychological thrillers. They really turn my party. Like, I'm like on the edge of my seat. Something that has me like, oh my gosh, freaking out. But bloody movies, like Quentin Tarantino movies, are full of blood. I might be repeating myself from last year. I haven't watched my last year's video, but I know that bloody movies, the more blood you have, the more it's like, oh, whatever. You know, I like to think of more realistic, like, oh, That would never happen. You know, you should give somebody a blood shot and they fill up the room with 2 feet of blood. Like, you're not going to bleed that much and still be running through the room. Yeah, I don't know, I'm weird. But I do love scary movies, and I do love Halloween. I think Halloween is the gay holiday. And I let all the little gay boys dress up as pretty girls, and on Halloween I like to be scary or weird or freaky. Tonight for the second show I didn't have much time to change into my costume, but I just threw on some blood in her crown and called it Carrie, which is back out in the theaters, so yeah. Anyways, that was Misty Eyes with Queens of the Week. Loving you, Zizi.